Today I'm reviewing this Syma or Syma, not sure how to pronounce it, RC helicopter. And this model is the 3107H-E option. And so I purchased this for my son, who his birthday is coming up, going to be turning 8. They do recommend this for indoor flights, so that is something to keep in mind. If you have, they don't recommend it outside. I'm actually going to go ahead and try and show you it outside, see how it works outside. Just because we have shorter ceilings here in my house, but that is their recommendation. It does light up, and then it has a hover function as well. Let me go ahead and open it up, show you exactly what you get inside. So this is everything that's going to come inside of the package. So you get the helicopter itself. So again, this is really small. I'll show you the exact size here in a second. Then you get the instruction booklet, and then in this packet as well, which I'm sure comes with batteries and that sort of thing. Let me go ahead and pull it out. Yep, so you got your charger, you've got the additional battery, again, going to be really small. You've got an extra propeller, and then a screwdriver, and then another extra propeller as well. It looks like the smaller propellers, it gives you 2 extras for those. So those are going to be the ones that go here on the tail. Now let me go ahead and pull this out of the styrofoam. It is nice that they put it in the styrofoam. However, it's kind of difficult to pull out of there without mangling these propellers just because of the way that it's in. Let me go ahead and pull that out of there carefully. The reason why I was running into problems pulling it out is there's actually going to be something holding it in place on the back. So the controller is actually on the back, so pull that out. And then you can see here, that is how they're holding it in place. So just keep that in mind when you're opening it up. It does just, I would have broken it if I wouldn't have turned it over and checked that out. So just be careful on that. You will want to untie this before trying to take out the helicopter on the other side. So that piece was actually just wrapped around the propeller here, so that it looks relatively similar to the color of that. So I actually didn't notice that was on there. So that's something that you will want to make sure you pull off. Otherwise, definitely would have damaged the propeller if I wouldn't have found that. So this is what it's going to look like. Again, it is going to be extremely small. You can see here on my hand, it's just going to be a few inches long. I would say length of it is probably 8 inches or so, maybe a tiny bit longer than that. And then the propellers on top, I assume you have to tighten them down to get them to stay in place, but I'll go ahead and read the instructions and find that out for sure. Now it actually does come with a battery already installed, which I didn't realize. So it is important to note, this cord that is sticking out is actually going to be the cord for this other battery that's in this nose. It's be underneath this plastic piece here. So you just have to kind of pop this out if you do need to replace the battery. And then it comes with this additional battery as well. Again, so when you need to, then you can just pop this out, put the other battery in, or you could just charge it inside of the helicopter. So it comes with this is going to be your little charger that you're just going to connect up. And so you just have to kind of pop it in. It is really, really small. You can kind of see here how small and tiny it is. So you're just going to kind of pop it inside of there. I'll make sure I'm doing this the right direction. Yep. And so you just have to push until you get it into the slot to get it to charge. So that is really, really tiny. Not a fan of how small that little spot is. It'd be really easy to bend those little prongs. So not a fan of that, but it is nice that it comes with 2 batteries already. Now, one last thing before I show you exactly how it works. The controller does take 4 AA batteries that are not included. So you will need to make sure that you purchase those if you're giving this out to someone, or make sure that you have them in the house if you're buying this for a friend or one of your kids. Now, this does again say, please do not fly outside, just because I'm going to say how small it is. Probably really easy to lose it just because of its size. So something to keep in mind there, this is designed for indoor use. They say that multiple times, not to fly it outside. So let me go ahead and show you exactly what it looks like when it's flying. Now, I do want to mention it actually does have an on-off button here on the side, really hard to find just because it's really small. So this is something you will need to do before you go ahead and start. And then once the batteries are in the controller, to connect it, you're just going to push up and then down to connect that to the helicopter. So it'll start flashing like that. And just go up, down, and then that's going to now connect it. Now, I didn't tighten these up. I'm not sure if you're supposed to tighten up the blades or not. I'm going to try and fly it like as it came and then see if that works. And if not, then I'll go ahead and try and tighten those blades. Now, I did try and go ahead and use it, turned it on and everything, but nothing was happening. The light wasn't flashing at all. So it does appear the battery that comes in it will come without a charge. So you want to go ahead and charge it up. Again, you can use this little thing here to plug it into that little charger to charge up that battery. Then once that battery is charged, then you can go ahead and use it. So I'm going to charge it up, and then I'll show you what it looks like. After charging up the battery, I realized what I was doing wrong. So you actually have to take this cord and plug it into that side where it shows power to actually provide the power to the helicopter. So let me go ahead and plug that in. So you know if it has power or not based on this light that's going to be flashing here on the front. And then as I said earlier, to connect it, you're just going to push down on the power button, and then on the controller, you're going to push up and then down. And then that will be like that on there when it is connected. So let me go ahead and try and take off. Now it does have this one button takeoff. So I'm going to go ahead and try that. So it does fly. It does have a good amount of drift to it. There is supposedly a way where you can trim that, and I already wrecked it. So it is going to be a pretty difficult to control. It was drifting a lot rather than just kind of being stationary like you would want it to do. Let me go ahead and try that again. So just pushing the button on the back of the controller here allows it to take off. But then again, it's just moving all on its own. I'm not even pushing anything at all. So I'm just kind of testing it out here in my bedroom. As you can see here, it is just kind of flying all over the place. So you are going to have to like adjust the trim on that, which there is instructions on exactly how to do that. It is a cool little helicopter. I believe Syma recommends ages 8+, truthfully, just because of the complexity of it, how easy it is to like fly into something, and the fact that you're using it indoors. I would probably not recommend this for anyone who's under like a preteen age. Just my personal 2 cents. They're going to have, because you're going to have to trim it, the battery, actually plugging it in to that side, just because of the cord is so incredibly small, that is difficult with it. And the fact that it kind of drifts all on its own, even when it's fresh out of the box, to me means I probably wouldn't recommend it for younger kids. So although it is definitely a pretty cool helicopter. Now it was flying just fine without you needing to tighten down these blades. So they are designed to be loose like that. So you don't have to actually use a screwdriver to tighten them down or anything like that. So overall, pretty cool helicopter, but again, not something I recommend for younger kids.